Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. How are you guys doing? As you guys are jumping on, say hey below. I am live today on YouTube. First time going live. So if you guys are on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell. You're going to hear my dogs here. When I get excited, they get excited. So I got Jackson here. He's excited. Okay, go lay down. Go get your bone. He's excited to be here because, guys, I want to talk to you about something really eye-opening being on this journey that I'm on. Say hey guys in the comments below. I'll get the comment box open here so I can see you guys, so I can interact with you. If you guys are watching the replay, just interact as you guys are on live here. Throw your biggest ahas in the comments below and let me know where you guys are coming in from. I see some love and I see some people jumping on. Hey Kaylee. Guys, for real, gas prices. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. Not only that, though, I was thinking about gas prices and I was looking back on my journey and how far I came. Hey, Shayla. Hey, Olivia. And I was thinking, I'm like, damn, it was cheaper for me to be a drug addict than it was for me to fill my car. And I was thinking, 20 years, I was 20 years on the hard stuff. Like it was a struggle. Like I dropped out of high school when I was 16. I was bullied really bad in elementary school. So I remember going to high school and I ended up going to a brand new high school. So I wasn't going with anybody that I went to elementary school with that most people did, right? Usually after elementary school, you end up going to the high school with people that you went to elementary school with, but I didn't. I ended up going to a brand new high school. I didn't know anybody. I was terrified out of my mind because of all the horror stories you hear about freshmen getting tied up to naked to the flagpole and all of these like freshman torture things that happen, but none of that happened. But I ended up torturing myself. So I had this fear. Walking into high school thinking, oh my gosh, all this bad stuff's going to happen to me. And it actually turned out that I instilled that on myself. And today I want to talk a little bit about that. And so I navigated towards the people under the bridge because I didn't like going to class. I didn't fit in school. Curriculum wasn't my jam. I remember my dad sitting me down one day telling me that, if I don't smarten up, I'm going to fail grade 8. I was going to fail grade 8 if I didn't smarten up. I didn't have good grades. Like they just snuck me by with 50s. I wasn't a smart person. I didn't like learning. I loved my imagination. Like I had this wild imagination. And I remember, oh my gosh, in my old house where I was growing up, I went into my closet and I closed the door and I wrote out on the back of my door this wild imagination as if I was another person. Like if Sarah was another person, this is who she would be. And I wrote this amazing thing. And then I went on vacation with my dad and I came home and my aunt had painted over it. I guess she got in the closet there and she saw it there. But I always had this wild imagination. And I was always this black sheep. And I was talking with Donnie yesterday and I'm like, what I think, my views are always opposite from others. And I'm like, but that doesn't make them wrong, right? It doesn't make my views wrong. It doesn't make yours right. It doesn't make mine right? They're mine and they're mine alone. And I was, again, going back to when I was an addict and I kept I'm seeing, and I might get some hate or some unfollowers for this, but I need to say this out loud. I saw somebody post about addiction on their page and they compared it to diabetes and they said that it's a disease. Addiction, I'm a 20-year addict, cocaine, all the hard drugs, alcohol, everything. And I'm telling you right now that it is a choice. It is not an addiction. It is a choice. I chose to get up every day and spend my money on drugs. I chose to do the drugs every day. It was a choice that I made. And I had a choice to undo it. And to compare it to diabetes is not the same. I don't know that. I think it's type 2 diabetes is the one that you're born with. Please, if I'm wrong, put it in the chat. That is a disease. Kidney failure is a disease. Cancer is a disease. Okay. Those are diseases. Addiction is a choice. Yeah, I already lost some viewers, but I have to say this. I had a choice and I was always surrounding myself with negative people and drug addicts and I was picking up on their habits, right? So I was choosing that every single day. So when I made a decision to become sober, I had to align myself to become sober, which meant deleting all the addicts from my phone, walking away from all the hangout places. It was a decision that I had to make in order to become clean. Because if you're around the drug addicts, if you're around the liars, if you're around the thieves, unconsciously you pick up on that. So I was hanging out with addicts. Now, you know, if you asked me their names today, I wouldn't even be able to tell you one. I wouldn't be able to tell you one name of them because I removed all of that from my life. And so many people, there's many of us out there living a life that's not even ours. We're not even living our life. It is, thanks, Olivia. I really appreciate that. We're living a life that has been instilled in us based on other people's beliefs, right? So when you're doing that, you're actually doing it unconsciously. So if you align yourself with positive people, which is what I needed to do, I needed to do that in order to stop my addiction. But here's what happened after that is that I started hanging out with people who I thought I wanted to be, right? And so unconsciously, you start picking up their habits, right? Like maybe you don't play baseball, but you start dating somebody who plays baseball, and now all of a sudden you're playing catch, right? You just unconsciously start pick up their habits. Look at children, right? Monkey see, monkey do. You know, if you curse, maybe your kids curse, or maybe you smoke and they pick up like a pencil. I remember back in the day we used to pick up a pencil and pretend to smoke, right? We unconsciously pick up other people's behavior. And so if I wanted to be in alignment with people who had the same dreams as me. But here's the thing is good morning, Maria, when I started aligning myself with people who have the same dreams as me, they almost pushed me to be their dream. I remember going live once and I was so excited and I went live and I was being my true authentic self, which I always am. I'm always real, raw, and honest. And I'm going to explain to you why I do that right now. But I remember after that, I got a message saying, oh, you shouldn't curse and maybe you should put your hair down and you should wear more makeup and maybe you should get eyelash extensions. And I'm like, that's not me. That's not my vision. That's not who I want to be. Steve Jobs showed up in jeans, a white t-shirt, and sandals every single day. Warren Buffett wears the ugliest Hawaiian shirts ever. Richard Branson never wears a shirt. He's always in jeans and bare feet. Why does success have to look a certain way? Why does happiness have to look a certain way? It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm gonna get into that. So it's easy for us to follow people and be who they want us to be. And my animals are up to mischief right now. I can hear them. Hey, knock it off. I can hear. Oh, my cats are like on the counter eating things off the counter. But the thing is you have to be in alignment, right? And I'm going to talk about the coaching field right now because there are so many coaches out there where they're brokepreneurs, okay? And I was a brokepreneur because I could say this. I was portraying myself to be somebody online and I was secretly broke. I didn't have the money coming in, the residual income coming in every single month. And so I would hire coaches, and I've hired a lot of coaches, and I can tell you there's some really big frauds out there. And then there's some really down to earth, genuine people who really want to just give their time to you. Babe? Oh, it's my husband. I thought it was the cats in the kitchen who really want to just give their time and their resources and be of service to you and really expect nothing in return. I'm going to go into that today as well. But I wanted to be here because it is easy to stay on the bottom. It is easy to stay low. But here's the thing about being on the bottom. It's crowded. There's more room at the top than there is in the bottom. Have you ever maybe gone to like Canada's Wonderland or to like an amusement park and you're on the roller coaster and it's just you in the seat and you kind of have this breathing room? Maybe there's one other person beside you, but you look down and you see the crowds of people. That's the same thing with success. It's the same thing with happiness. It is easier to be at the bottom. It is easier to follow the crowd and follow the masses. It is totally easier, but it'll keep you miserable. You'll never find happiness. And it'll take everything in you to grow. And it is the hardest thing to do. Okay. But you can do it because you are your biggest enemy. So this is what's going to keep you low, is because it is so hard to grow, but you are your biggest enemies. You have people like myself cheering you on, and you have Kaylee cheering on, you have Olivia and Maria, and you have all these people who are in our community cheering you on. But then there's this voice inside your head of fear. And I want to talk about fear, right? Because I had fear. Like, I didn't have an easy upbringing. My mother was killed when I was 4 years old. I got a letter a couple of years ago. My aunt gave me a letter after my uncle passed away, of a letter that my dad wrote. My mom wrote to my dad saying she didn't want me, right? Like, she didn't want me. She wanted to give me away. And then she ended up passing away, which to some of you right now, you might be feeling heartbroken for me. And you'd be like, oh, that's so sad. She didn't have a mom. But to me, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because if I had a mom, right now I might be fighting with her and arguing with her, and I wouldn't have this life because she didn't want me, and she was back and forth, and I don't know much about her, but she had a crazy personality like me too, right? We could be butting heads. I could have been put up for adoption, who knows? I could be living a completely different life, but this is the life that I chose to live. And so, my mom being killed when I was 4 years old, my dad being sick my entire life, and then I spent my adolescence in hospitals, and then the addiction on top of that, and then more things have happened throughout my life, and I had fear, right? I had fear. I had to figure out what I wanted in life, which was my dream, and then I had to figure out what the worst possible fear could be, right? What could happen to me if I went after my goals? I'd go broke. I've been broke twice. I've already done that. I know what it's like to be broke, and I know how to get out of that. Okay. Would it kill me? Would I die going after my goals? Would it literally kill me? Most likely not, right? I'm more likely to die in a car accident, or maybe even the chemicals that are in our food today. That's more likely to kill me than going after my goals. But the majority of the fears that we have are not life or death, right? They're not life or death, but through our imagination, we blow them out of proportion. We blow these fears out of proportion. Like, we're not even willing to start a business that's going to cost us $20 to start a business, because we're so afraid of the word no. We are so afraid of the word no. And we're so afraid of being brutally honest. We are so afraid of being brutally honest, because what are people going to think about me? Are people going to sue me? Are they going to send lawyers after me? They might. It happens. It's happened to me numerous times. But what's the worst that can happen? It's not going to kill me. But you give more power over to your fears than they even deserve, and you allow them to control your life. And that's the thing. So I had to think about what would be the worst thing that would happen to me if I were to go after my goals. Would I die? Would it kill me? No, it wouldn't kill me. Because if you watch the news and you read the newspaper, you would be more afraid to step outside your house right now, right? Turn that shit off. So what thoughts are you putting in your mind? I was having a great conversation this morning about thoughts. Everything you put into your mind, you are creating. So if it's negative thoughts of, oh, I can't be successful, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You are creating a non-successful life. Okay? So you have to figure out these thoughts, and can you justify these thoughts for staying stuck to where you are? Because fear can do some really ugly, ugly things, okay? Like causing blame. Who's done it? I've done it. I've done the blame game. I played the victim. Okay. Because you can hire somebody and then blame them that your business didn't grow because you didn't show up. You cannot expect other people to grow your business. It doesn't work that way. Okay. You can't just post an ad and expect it to grow. There's a reason why people want to work with you. If you're blaming your relationship for your poor eating habits, right? I did this a lot too. I'm like, oh, well, you eat cereal all the time, so I can eat chips. No, that's not how it works. Or this one here that I see so often, and it's so detrimental to not only your life, but your kid's life. Blaming that you're too busy because you have kids. You're too busy with your kids to change your life, to start the business, to lose the weight, because you're too busy with your kids. And you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? Unconsciously, your kids are going to grow up and they're going to resent you and they're going to blame you and they're going to ask you, Mom, Dad, why didn't you go after your goals? Why didn't you go after your dreams? And they're going to blame you for not paving the way for them. They're going to blame you for retreating during a pandemic. They're going to blame you for selling everything just so you could afford gas. They're going to blame you for not showing them what's possible. So you have to see yourself already as successful. You have to see yourself as the winner. You have to act as if. Les Brown says when he was running for, I think, state senate, he said, I already won before the election even started. He won in his mind first. So if you want to be the #1 author, you have to see yourself. You have to see yourself on the cover of New York Times Magazine. You have to see yourself on different publications. You have to see yourself on a Google review or whatever it is. Or if you want to be the best soap maker in the world, you have to see your soap in different stores. You have to see yourself at different vendor shows selling out. You have to see your bank account growing and inventory going through. You have to see it first. People are always waiting. They're waiting for these things to happen. Right? They're waiting for all this unconditional happiness, but then creating a bag of conditions. When this happens, I'll get this. When I'm happy, then I'll do this. When I pay this off, then I'll get this. It doesn't work that way. And you can see it doesn't work that way because that's the life that you're living. So here's something that I learned. If you want something bad enough, write down 5 reasons why you deserve to have it. Write down 5 reasons why you deserve to have it. And when your ego and your mind try to bring you down, which they will every single day, they will try to bring you down because it'll pull you out. I want you to pull out those 5 reasons why you deserve it and go through them over and over again. So if you guys have never read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, I want you to read that and go to chapter 2 because it talks about faith and having a chief aim in life. I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. You got to keep going. You have to write it out over and over and over again. Because when life tries to knock you down, because it will, people will blame you. They will blame you for not showing up for themselves. They will send lawyers after you. They will steal tens of thousands of dollars from you. People who you think were your friends will backstab you. They will talk shit about you. People will leave and follow other people for talking shit about you. But you will keep going. You will pay legal fees. You will lose clients. You will lose customers. You will lose money. People will say terrible things about you on social media and behind your back. People will steal from you. They will lie to you. They will lie to you for you to trust them so you buy from them. And here's the thing that I learned. The truth always comes out. Always. People always ask me why I'm so honest and real, because the truth always comes out. It is harder to maintain a lie, the big C right now that's out there. It's harder to maintain a lie than it is to just tell the truth. And sometimes the truth can be hurtful. But here's the thing about hurt, it always heals. Pain always heals, always goes away. Okay? And so Napoleon Hill stated, again, chapter 2, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon trust and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all of humanity because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and I will believe in myself. And life will knock you down, okay? It'll knock you down. Loved ones will die. Cancer will happen. People will sue you. You'll lose a lot of money. You'll gain a lot of money. But here, you'll never anticipate when it's coming. So you can give up or you can wake up, okay? Because don't wait until you're struggling, Okay. Because if you think you're struggling right now, if you think you're struggling right now with gas prices going up, if you really think you're struggling with gas prices going up, wait until you see the actual inflation in the grocery store. Like it's coming, guys. Grocery store, clothing stores, your essentials, it's all going to happen. And so we think right now is inflation. Like we're thinking right now is inflation, but it's actually coming. This is preparing us for inflation. We always think we want to go back. It never goes back. Because like has anybody last time I saw gas 79 cents was when the pandemic started. But before that, I was like 19 years old and I was able to fill my Suzuki with $20. Okay. Because we're just getting prepared. We're just getting prepared for what's coming. And if we don't do something about it right now, we are going to be really stuck. You are going to be really stuck. And I don't want you to be stuck. And so I want to mentor you and I want to coach you for free. I don't want to take your hard earned money. I don't want you to have to remortgage your house. I don't want you to have to take out loans or credit cards just so you can have somebody mentor you, just so you can have somebody show up for you. I want to show up for you for free. I want you to keep your money. I want you to invest your money in you. And so if you're interested, please send me a message. Put a me in the comments below. Put a me in the comments below and I'll send you a message. Or if you don't want anybody to know, you just send me a message. Okay? Send me a message because I want to coach you for free. I want to show you how you can live without fear, how you can duplicate your money, how you can do something about it now so that you're not stuck. So that you don't have to go through the law fees that I had to go through, the narcissism that I had to go through, the death that I had to go through, the public humiliation that I had to go through. This is what makes a coach and a mentor so important in your life, is because we take the brunt end of it so you don't have to. So I can teach you, my team can teach you how to avoid what all of this shit that I had to go through. And I had to go through some shit to get to where I am. And guess what? It still happens. People are still going to knock you down. They're still going to continue to try to blame you. They're going to try to get you, because what happens is I just look at people like celebrities, right? Like paparazzi. They say terrible things. It's not real. Miley Cyrus is a great point in this, right? And she's like, you know what? When they say bad things about me, it actually increases my business. She's like, none of it's true. She's like, when I'm done, I go home. But they make these big assumptions about her. But sometimes it doesn't feel good. And sometimes it can take a beating to the soul. But here's what I learned. They can steal your money. They can tarnish your name, but they will never, ever take your soul. That is yours and yours alone. So I want to walk with you. So send me a message. We'll get you started. Absolutely free. And we'll chat with you guys soon. I hope you guys got value. If you did, please tag some friends in this. Share this video. Head on over to YouTube. Click the subscribe and the bell so you know that when Kaylee and I ever go live. Also, make sure that if you're following me on Facebook, hit the follow button and you'll always know when I'm coming live. And then we'll see you guys soon. We'll see you guys on the other side. Take care. Bye-bye.